All right. So Gavin Newsom, I'm trying to find the actual numbers, but I can't find the actual numbers, but they're saying he won like easily. CNN. Well, California Democrats to Republican registered are 2-1 anyway. So of course, this is obvious outcome we were expecting. But I'll tell you, number one, we saw all the, well, if you were looking in the right place, the news about one guy in one instance, had thousands of ballots in his car. I think it was thousands. Drugs, got arrested, bunch of blank ballots, okay. And somebody messaged me on Patreon, I think it was a lady, and she goes, FYI, like, I'm a registered Democrat in California. And she goes, but, figured you'd like to know this, I received 2 separate mail-in ballots, and I'm one Democrat. She goes, just FYI. And I'm like, yeah, shocker. So, I had a possible theory that this is not too long ago, and I said, they showed us what happened in 2020, okay, regarding some certain election. They had to show us how it's being done. So I said, it's possible that old Gavin doesn't win. Now that they've showed us what's going on, they can now essentially rig it back the other way, because that's the only way the good guys could win. You know what I mean? So let's see what happens. But as you saw, it was a blowout, it was a landslide, But again, I read on I forget which news site it was. No, it's been a little bit. You could print out your own mail-in ballot on your own computer, send it in, and it counts. They took all of 1 hour to count all the ballots in California yesterday. 1 hour. They counted them all. But when Trump was running for president, it took him, weeks to count them all? Give me a break. So, anyways, Gavin's back in there, and I thought, well, maybe there's more evidence that will be coming forward thanks to Gavin, or those people who helped him, let's say, in some certain way. That is just more ammunition later on to prove a certain something has been, I'll just use the word shenanigans. With unbelievable video footage, there, even in the last one, only recently did we hear, oh my gosh, there's certain ballot boxes that somehow had security cameras, on the house or whatever, pointing at the box. And this is a recent news story. People were coming in at least 25 different areas. I think this was Fulton County, if I recall. Oh, no. It might have been, was it Maricopa? It was either Maricopa or Fulton, Arizona or Georgia. I read the article. I don't think I did a video on it, but I'm like, shocker. And what they purport, anyways, is that the video captures people in the middle of the night, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, dumping enormous amounts of ballots, one person. And they say, the law, I guess, basically is that if you're going to put ballots in a ballot box, you can do it for yourself, of course. You can do it for a family member. That's really it. Direct family member or yourself. So you could carry, 5 or 10 ballots maybe, And these people were caught with backpacks full of them. Allegedly. I say allegedly. So what else are we going to find in the coming weeks and months, I guess? So was there some bigger reason, we don't know about yet? Or is this just simply, F you guys, we'll do it right in front of your face, we don't care? Which that's obvious that that's the case. But the repercussions, is there going to be repercussions? Because he's coming up for a re-election in next year anyways. But, and then I'll tell you what, there's also another scenario. Larry Elders just didn't have what it takes. The people were scared to death in California. They want more mask mandates. They want more vaccine stuff. And they love the scared fear they put in them, and they want so-called protection. Oh, we want the mask mandates. We want this. I mean, I've seen video from, what's his name, Mark Dice, recently, where he's out there off the boardwalk like he does. Are you for or against the recall? And it was, some were, some weren't. You know, and then he started bringing up some of the things about Newsom, and one lady dragged her husband on. We're not even going to talk. We won't even talk about this. Come on. And he's like, no, I'll talk to him. Well, then I'm leaving you. Oh, well, my wife, obviously she wears the pants. I'm out of here. He took off. It was great to see. You know, we won't even talk to you. So, you never know. It's possible that this was, like they said last year, the most fair election California's ever seen. But when you have an entire recall election, or any election, in which the whole thing is going to be based on nothing but mail-in ballots, you got to already understand, no matter what, it's easy to commit fraud in a system like that. And it's even easier if you can print them off on your computer printer at home and turn those in. Like, come on. So, in other words, the question is really, which way did it really go? Are we ever going to know? We'll have to see. So, anyways, just wanted to report that this morning. Take it easy.